Welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The House of Always by Jenn Lyons. We've come now to the penultimate book and the penultimate drink in our Chorus of Dragons series reread, all building up to the grand finale with Book 5, The Discord of Gods, on shelves tomorrow, April 26th. And we'll be right back with a brand new cocktail for The Discord of Gods tomorrow as well. Something to look forward to. But before we get to Book 5, we've got Book 4 here. And if Book 3, The Memory of Souls, is perhaps my favorite book of the series, then Chain the Lash, our drink for Book 4, The House of Always, is definitely my favorite of the drinks, and in my top 3 for all of the drinks that we've done on Bar Cart Bookshelf so far. A wonderful, lovely, refreshing cocktail somewhere between a Mai Tai and a spritz, perfect for those warm spring and summer afternoons. And once I'm done filming today, I'm looking forward to sitting out on the porch, revisiting some of my favorite passages in the book, and sipping on my cocktail as well. And I wish the same for all of you watching this video at home. So, before we get into making the drink, why don't we chat a little bit about the book? As you can imagine from the cover, The House of Always is the most aquatic of our books so far, with all of these classic pirate adventure story tropes, a floating pirate city, underwater treasure hoards, a kraken, and her girlfriend, the insane dragon. Obviously, those classic tropes, kraken, dragon, girlfriends, everybody loves it. I certainly do. And sees the return of my favorite character in the series, Galen Damon, the wonderful, sweet, golden child at the center of this really vicious family who we saw right at the beginning in Book 1, and who has managed to move through the world with a tremendous amount of grace and care, and is just a very sweet and wonderful character. So I had a great time seeing him come back and really step back into the spotlight after having been away for much of all of Book 2 and much of Book 3. And The House of Always, in addition to being this pirate adventure story, is a haunted house story. We're seeing again and again these overlapping narratives in the series, the way that memory comes in on current action in a sort of compressed space, and we see the consequences of Kieran's choices at the very end of Book 3 play out with all of the people who are most important to him, and a couple who are surprised to find themselves in this situation. So we're really, on the one hand, the most intimate of our books in the series, and digging into the emotionality in a really careful and specific way, and also doing the sort of swashbuckling and grand adventure that we've been enjoying so much previously as well. So a lot to offer in The House of Always, and a really wonderful addition to the story. Partly a breath of fresh air before a moment of rest, sort of, before the explosive finale of Book 5, but also just as gripping as every book that we've seen so far. I find myself, in reading and rereading these books, staying up well past my bedtime. They're just so compulsively readable and structured in a way that make you say, oh, well, maybe just one more chapter. And then you find it's 1 a.m, and you're like, oh no, I have work in the morning, which is a tremendous gift. That's one of the things that I always look for in a series, and to find it so consistently the case with these books is a tremendous delight. So just one of the things that I think recommends the series as a whole, and Book 4, The House of Always. But without any further ado, why don't we turn now to making our cocktail. Chain the Lash a wonderful aperitif spritz for spring and summer. So we're going to start with our base spirit, an aged rum. I'm using the Cruisin' rum today. It's my go-to cocktail rum. And we're going to get 1.5 ounces of that in our shaker. Wonderful. Next, we're going to get a full ounce of lime juice. In the interest of sparing our time today, I have pre-juiced my limes. I'm going to get that ounce in there. That's nice, refreshing, freshly squeezed lime juice. And then we're going to get our sweeteners, our modifiers. So, been a couple of weeks since we've used America's favorite syrup, orgeat, but we've got that here, that sort of almond floral syrup. Gonna bring a wonderful nuttiness, but also a slight florality with the orange blossom water. This is the orgeat that we made ourselves here, and we'll have the recipe for that in the thread on Twitter. We should see about doing some ingredient videos as well as we move forward, huh? So we've got 0.75 of an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce of the orgeat in there as well. But we've got 2 more ingredients here. As I've said, this is somewhere between a Mai Tai and a spritz, and so we're going to bring a bit of orange in the form of some blue curacao, and then that sort of bittersweet Amaro with our special ingredient, this Italicus bergamot liqueur. So we're going to start with the blue curacao, and just 1/2 ounce. It's going to bring slight orangey sweetness. It's also going to bring that wonderful blue color that we enjoy here. It's a gimmick ingredient, yeah, but it's my favorite gimmick ingredient, and it's a lot of fun to use for getting that really special bit of color in your spring and summer cocktails. And then we're going to get our final ingredient, save for one, over to the side here, the Italicus bergamot liqueur. This is made in Italy. It's going to be slightly citrusy, slightly bittersweet. Bergamot is, of course, the citrus variant that gives Earl Grey tea its distinctive flavor. So that's sort of what you're going to get here. It's just a wonderfully sweet, dry, sort of citrus peel quality to it, and an ingredient that I really enjoy using in this cocktail and that I look forward to using more frequently as we move into these spring and summer months. We're going to get 1/2 ounce of that in there. And now we've got all of our ingredients in the shaker, and we're going to get our ice going. I'm going to start by getting just a few ice cubes in my highball glass. Got that here. We'll get 3 cubes down in there, and then we'll get our ice into the shaker. Wonderful. Excellent. Set our straw aside for a sec, and we'll seal that. Shake it up. Wonderful. Get that tin all frosty. You can see the frost on the tin there off to the side. Nice frothy and foamy cocktail in there. Wonderful blue-green color. I left my hawthorn strainer just off stage. Got it right here. We're going to strain our, get a little of that from the small tin. We're going to strain our cocktail into our highball glass. Wonderful. There we are. So you can see we've got this wonderful blue-green, pale sea blue color, but we've still got a bit of space in our highball glass. And of course, it's not a highball, it's not something spritzy and springy without a little bit of bubbly. I've got some plain seltzer here, and I'm going to use that to top. Wonderful. Let that just come foam up a little bit, and then you'll want to add maybe a little bit more once the bubbles have settled out. Lovely. and give that a slight stir with our straw, and you're all set. So, there you have it. Chain the Lash, an aperitif cocktail for the House of Always by Jenn Lyons. Book 4 is available now. Book 5 will be available tomorrow. Got a link down below to get Book 4, to the Boston Shaker, where we get all of our tools and ingredients, and to Twitter and Instagram, where there's always a written version of today's recipe, so that you can find that at your convenience. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell up in the corner so you never miss an episode. Looking forward to doing some more bonus episodes as we move into the spring and summer, in addition to our regular Tuesday episodes, so keep an eye out for those. Try the drink, let me know what you think. This one really is such an absolute winner, a total favorite of mine, and I'd love to hear what you all think as well. So, until next time, cheers.